Hello and welcome back to Energy Healing Oracle 555. I have been sitting here with my mat and my pendulum, and I'd like to say my pendulum was a little confused today, but honestly it was just that I was asking the wrong questions. So I asked a couple of times and I came up with the fact that I am going to be reading today for a collective who are asking about a career change. And I happen to have these amazing life purpose oracle cards, which have served me greatly recently. They led me to... Oh, what's under there? Oh! Interesting. And I did shuffle this before I put this back. I did a reading for myself. Thank you, Divine. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercising. Well, I knew that. And look at this lovely angel with all the chakras lined up. But it's been in my mind for a while that yoga is more than simply just a very important modality that helps me control my chronic pain. But I've been thinking about it kind of in the periphery as a career. And I then made the choice to call up someone that I've been thinking about and joining a yoga teacher program. So hopefully these mean as much to you as they did to me. And then the one that oh my goodness, this is just magic. The second one I pulled was spiritual teacher. I mean, I know I'm a Reiki master, and I know that I would like to start teaching Reiki. And if you are in the Toronto area, get in touch with me because that would be fabulous. But the spiritual teacher card, the text under it is you heal with your classes, sessions, and seminars. So who knows what my life is going to turn into. And of course there's, what else is here? It's like magic box. Huh. Yes, and I also, in that reading, I also pulled children because that just makes sense to me because I'm a theater student. I'm just the personality that I would love to do yoga for kids. So with that little personal trip down memory lane, I am going to start this reading as I am wont to do with a little ritual. Light my favorite incense. It's, what is it? It's Nag Champa. It smells gorgeous. My son does not like the smell of it, so I burn it when he's at school or when he's sleeping. Hopefully he doesn't wake up and complain. So I'm just sanctifying the space a little bit and putting this here. And I noticed the last time I did a reading, I put it within view, and it's almost like a little timer with sand. You can't see the whole thing, but it's like I did a reading that was, the burning time of my incense stick. I'd like to do a little bit of a shorter reading. Just going to give this a shuffle. Okay, so when I cut the deck, I have what's on the front of it, which is artist. Engaging in artistic activities is beneficial for your career and every other area of your life. And really, that goes for everyone. So whether you are engaged in the field of the arts or not, creativity, extremely important. Because creativity is where you allow yourself to play and take risks and experiment, which is vital. vital because you have to make mistakes. And sometimes it's easier to make mistakes when you're just playing. You know, it's less there's less pressure on you, and that's probably just gonna start. Look like I'm smoking. I'm not. Okay, I'm just gonna put this over here. Okay, that works. All right, so for my collective, and just keep in mind that this is a collective reading, so if you don't resonate with it, don't take the parts that don't seem like they apply to you, because they're not for you. Just take what does. These are just suggestions to get your mind turning. And oh, okay. Wow. Okay, let's go with 4, Spirit. Can we have 4 to start with? And these are, I really wanted to use these cards. These are the ones I was guided to use. Even though they're the big ones that make me feel clumsy. Woo-hoo, hello. Okay. We got 3. We just need 1 more, and we're good to go. Do. I like doing this. This centers me. It's just like Reiki treatments. As I was saying, they center me, but sometimes I'm also a big klutz. On the floor. And then we're on the floor, so I'm just... Woo! All right, 1 more. Let's see, we can do this. We can do this. Ooh. Post spillage. 1 more, Spirit, please. You gave me the artist. Okay, well, if it's meant to come out, please let it. If there's something that'd be more applicable. Okay. All right, so the first card that actually hit the table was career change. What will this reading be about? Duh, Spirit says career change, because that's what I told you it would be about. I know, I'm just snarky sometimes. You are embarking upon a career that brings you joy and abundance you desire and deserve. So that's almost like an affirmation. You know, write it down on a sticky and put it next to your mirror and say this every morning. I'm embarking upon a career that brings me joy and abundance that I desire and deserve, because you do. And if you are looking down the path and saying, I need something different, you're in the right place. Cool. The next card that came out was bodywork. Isn't this cool? I really like this card with the tattoo. It's that Celtic design. So it could apply to anybody whose heritage is Celtic. Your life purpose involves body work, such as massage therapy, energy healing, like Reiki or therapeutic touch, cranial sacral, polarity therapy, aromatherapy, reflexology, physical therapy, or exercise training. So kinesiology, like anything that has to do with the energy of the body and the anatomy of the body and the pathology of the body. So if that's kind of anywhere that you're thinking of, that one is definitely resonating. The next one was talk to your angels. And again, in the last one, I recall saying, we all have free will. That's the great thing and the hard thing about being down here on Earth, because Earth is a school. And it's, again, just like you saw me make the frickin' cards go flying across the room, we make mistakes. And we have to laugh about them. And we have to learn from them, because sometimes that's the only way, is to make a mistake, to learn what to do, not to do next time. But also the free will is, we're going to make mistakes, but We also have the choice to, excuse me, we also have the choice to ask for help. And divine can't step in and muck around in your life unless you say, please send me my guides, send me the people that I connect with spiritually, because I need some help and I need some clarification. I need some clear signs. So get very, very clear about what you want, and then ask for signs about that. Meditate on it, pray on it, go out into the middle of a field, look up into the sky and just intuit. Use your gut, but ask for help, and you'll get it. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. So worry just kind of eats away at your energy stores and doesn't do anybody any good, least of all you. And then I got family, which is interesting. So whether it's family by DNA or family by adoption or family by choice, loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. And you know what? They love you right back, the ones that are important to you. So you can ask their opinion. You can ask them their advice. But what you feel is the right path for you, honor that. Okay. Whew. So at the risk of making my cards fly again, bottom of the deck energy, teaching. So this could be education. This could be spiritual teaching. I mean, you could want to go into theology if you wanted, or you could do oracle card reading like this. You could do tarot. You could do any kind of spiritual. And really? Okay. So I'm getting the nod to use, very cool deck. Getting the nod to use my angel numbers deck. And if you're new to asking for spiritual guidance and those kind of things, the kind of clarification that you could ask for is to do with numbers, with numerology, because they're a symbol, and which could mean a number of different things. So for instance, bottom of the deck energy, sevens are good, and they are about perseverance, which career changes take. Perspective shift, reflection, resilience, inner wisdom, enlightenment, and determination. Now is the time to shift your perspective on the challenges that currently dominate your life. To achieve success, continue on your path with determination. Tap into your inner wisdom, and you will intuitively know the right next step to take. So, working with intuition, it does take some practice. And as a Reiki practitioner and a healer, any kind of healing work that I have done, whether it's energy work or physical work with reflexology or aromatherapy, you learn the skills. You learn to ride the bike. You learn the rules. As my first Reiki master teacher with Reiki master would say, you learn the rules so you can break them. Because healing is an art. And just like a lot of things, the outcome is dependent on all of the different tools that you have as a person, with your education and with your experience and with your inner knowing, your wisdom. So it's about, does this feel right? If I can get really quiet and go to a place where I can trust the inner knowing to kind of come to me, and then get an idea of what it feels like. So maybe that's a better question to ask. What does it feel like when your gut is going, hey, pay attention? For me, it's like a physical kick in the gut that kind of resonates, that goes up the front of my body. And if I'm going through something very quickly, if I'm picking an oracle card, for example, it'd be like, no, 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 ooh, yep. There was a physical reaction. There was a physical sensation. Or it could be just like I've also gotten information that is literally just like a wave that goes over my head, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that I knew that. Apparently I do. So practice with how you know what your intuitive self is telling you, because it is your internal energetic compass. And I think especially for career changes, you probably have to practice trusting yourself too. So not just at practicing whatever it is you're practicing, but practicing just in general to know whether or not you're on the right path. Oh, I forgot to pour my tea. What is going on, Kelly? Neglect that. You haven't had tea today. Sacrilege. Cheers. Okay. All right, I'll do 2 more shuffles. You're not doing too bad. 15 minutes in. Only 2 instances of card spillage. Okay, so we are looking under career change and additional advice under career change. And I will take a picture of the card spread and put it on the cover so you can take a look at it later on. Okay, so under career change, can we get some clarification under there? Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna, oh goodness. All right, a bunch flipped over, but very interesting. We had 7s pop up again. There are no mistakes. When you are working with cards, you're literally relying on your intuition and your connection to the divine to organize what cards come out. And it really does. I don't know where to put this so it's not smoking in my face. Ah. Okay, I'm just going to put you up there, honey. Now this is just 3 7s as opposed to 4 7s. Oh, which is specifically manifested wisdom. So manifesting, you know how you were saying, or you hopefully will be saying, this is the kind of career that I want, yada, yada. Rewind and go back to the specific affirmation. But this one is fulfillment, success, abundance, spiritual growth, and divine support. So if you are going to manifest anything, definitely manifest a little divine support, because honestly, it's the fuel in your tank. You know, when you've got nothing left, you can always count on it. So this one specifically finds you in a time of uncertainty, yet rest assured that you will emerge victorious from any challenges you face. Remember, you possess valuable life experiences and wisdom that can inspire others. Sharing this wisdom will require enthusiasm and effort, but it will make a meaningful impact. Okay, so I guess that is just as the adage goes, do what you love. You know, because when you're doing what you love, it is so much easier to find the enthusiasm and the energy to do it. And so I'm neurodivergent, and I consider my superpower to be my hyper focus, because it is so easy to narrow in this big and be like, woo, I like this direction, but everything else around kind of falls away. So you have to, use this power for good, because I think there's way more spicy people in this world than there are neurotypical. And know that, when you can really hunker down and focus on that and put some energy and enthusiasm into it, you will get results. But it also requires balance of the things that you have to do that you don't like laundry and making your child go to bed. All right, so we are going to do another card under bodywork and see what happens. And these are not small cards, but not large cards, so they're a little bit easier. Ooh, okay, I'll take that one. Oh, okay. So we have bodywork, and then we have number 1122. And 1 and 2 are both power numbers, I believe. So I'm just going to read it. It says great shift. So that's transformation, spiritual awakening, manifestation again, unity, alignment, and nothing can happen until you're in alignment. So you want to be listening to your intuition, following your intuition, starting to trust it, and then things come into alignment. And that's when stuff begins to happen. First, acknowledge the positive changes unfolding as a result of your hard work. Then, open your mind to new possibilities and allow yourself to explore new avenues. Many positive shifts are on the horizon. The world around you is aligning with your intentions, supporting your growth and dreams. And that's it. I mean, the world, spirit, energy wants you to align. So it's just about you figuring out how you do that for yourself. And I would suggest, if you are interested in body work, try a whole bunch. You know, go get acupuncture, go do some hypnotherapy. You know, this is the way that you find the modalities that you align with, that you enjoy, and that you're really curious about, you know. If you're curious about any of the things that I do, reflexology, Reiki, aromatherapy, get a hold of me, you know, ask me questions, pop some questions in the comment section, and I'll gladly answer them and point you in the right direction if I can do that. I love all those modalities. I love Reiki the most. But yeah, if you want to do any kind of body work, have it done so you can experience what it's like, and go out and experience those things also to find your teachers. You know, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So yeah, consider that if that's the direction that you're going. So talk to your angels. Can we have a clarification card under talk to your angels, please? And thank you. Okay, I was waiting for this. Last time I did a reading called, well, there's many references to your soul's path as the yellow brick road. And one of the things that I do, okay, yeah, this popped right out. One of the things that I do when I do many things, but when I do Reiki is sing. And it just came out. There was I wonder if I can just briefly go through these things and see if I can show you exactly what I meant. I was asking into, here it is. Yeah, this was the card that I drew last time. And I had a bit of a, oh, yeah, that's like a yellow brick road. And I believe it's originally Elton John, but the Sarah Bareilles version of Yellow Brick Road. And I couldn't believe after I had done that I did not channel that. So I'm doing a playlist attached to my my account of songs that come up during the readings, so that you can go back and listen to them for yourself. You don't even have to find them there. I'm going to pop them right down there. And when you sing, a lot of the time, energy work, singing can move energy almost faster than energy work itself. And when I'm doing this, I'd like to incorporate. So goodbye, yellow brick road, we're the dogs of society now. Can't plant me in your penthouse, going back to my plow. And then do 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 do. Finally sighed, my future lies beyond the yellow brick road. Ah, ah, and on and on. So it's already down there. And this one is interesting. Huh. It's also Something in the Orange. Something in the Orange is also a song that's below there, which was channeled during a reading that someone did that I listened to, and it was Something in the Orange. And I was like, I know the song you're talking about, but it's not the person who wrote the song. It's someone who was doing a cover on America's Got Talent. And it's the song Something in the Orange. Oh no, now her name is escaping me, but it's down. It's the original one is down there, and I'll put hers. I'm terrible with names sometimes, but can you see the orange in the background? And she answered me, and she said that's exactly the song that I was hearing. It was a female voice singing this song. Which is, how does it go? He'll be by my desk light, I'm telling you, baby. These things drive your bones and your young mind crazy. But when you put your head on my collar and jaw, I'm telling you now, there's no wait at all. I miss you in the morning when I see the sun. Something in the orange tells me we're not done. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful rendition. And back to the number card that I drew is interesting. Good fortune. Guidance, clarity, major change, self-reflection, individuality, comfort, prosperity, 1331. Trust in your skills and talents. They are the keys to a bright future. A piece of valuable advice, a moment of clarity, or a comforting message is headed your way. Everything is aligning in your favor, and success is within reach. So that is a beautiful pairing with Ask Your Angels. So success, much more likely. Comfort and clarity, much more likely. If you can, and whenever I see a key or the word key, for me, it's a symbol of surrender. So trust in the gifts that you have. Surrender this and just do the work. Ask for help, do the work. This is how success will follow. Beautiful. And now we just need one more under family. Oh, interesting. 9, I've been learning about 9s these days, and we got 4 of them. Lessons learned, culmination, results, benefits, reflection, completion, achievement, growth, gratitude. Well, that's a nice place to end up, isn't it? Yeah, so this is almost like a timeline. So there's the time of uncertainty, and then there's the shift of you opening to possibilities, and then there's the good fortune with you trusting yourself, doing the work, and seeking spiritual and physical support. And then at the end of the journey, it's lessons learned. It's gratitude. Yeah, this is a reminder that encourages you to stay optimistic and keep striving toward your goals. Keep your momentum, supported by the powers of heaven. You have accomplished great things now. Embrace the rewards you've earned. So don't stop. Keep the momentum going, but you can also embrace all the rewards that you have earned. It's beautiful. Okay. I like this. It's good. So what do we do now? I have to move my tower of smoke. Okay, so do we want what's blocking this, or what can push it forward? Yeah, this guy. The Green Witch's Oracle deck. And that just reminds me of nature, tapping into your natural gifts, the things you're naturally inclined to. And I'm just looking at the timer, going half an hour. So I'll do this. I might do shadow work and seeing what's blocking it, and then messages from spirit, and we'll end her there. I'm telling you, baby. Okay. How about additional messages for career change, Spirit? What was that? Something weird happened over there. Okay. Probably the apartment downstairs. Okay. Is this the right? Yeah, it is. I got 3. Okay. Spirit is being economical with me. Interesting. So under the first one, we have basil, but we also have a ladybug. And it reminds me of a card in a fantasy game that I play with my kids. And it's the lucky ladybird, lucky ladybug card. And it allows you to do all these sorts of things. But ladybug in terms of totems is a stroke of good luck. So career change will be prosperous, luck and love. So love in relationships, love for yourself, very integral thing, and love what you do. So yeah, love what you do. So going for that career change, you want to focus on loving what you do. And then we have the butterfly. And in terms of totems, butterfly is big sweeping change, is what it means as a totem. And it going under new possibilities, exploring new avenues, positive shifts. Yeah, which is also Butterfly Central. And it is, very small writing, transformation, joy, beauty, and transience. So moving from one thing to another, which is coming out of your cocoon and exploring. Come out here. And then, oh, this is beautiful. We have moss agate. So gorgeous. And this is positivity and change, to go under getting support from your angels, getting support for yourself, getting clarity. And it's interesting that clarity is a word that's on this number card underneath talk to your angels, because you're looking through a stone which is magnifying anything. So it's like you have a path. Yeah, you have a path, but when you're talking to your angels, when you're asking for support, it's like putting a magnifying glass or looking through binoculars maybe, Better, no, I'm going back to a magnifying glass. Looking through a magnifying glass over the area that you want to concentrate on to really, bring that resolution up and say, what am I really looking at? Like, getting a clearer, a more clear idea of things. So that curiosity and the way that asking for divine help really does make things more clear. So we need one more for family. So interesting. I do have a wide variety of decks. So, ooh, that just kind of jumped. So I'm going to take it. Ooh, buds. Little buds, like children. And we've got the moon on the top there. So buds, new beginnings, expansion. So this could be building a chosen family, your family growing, and again, your career growing, the gratitude, the new things that are possible, like that kind of stuff. Interesting. Okay, so we're going to do, I don't want to cut it off too soon when we could get some more information for you guys, because this is interesting. I want to make sure that we cover all angles here. This just like flew off the top really, really quickly, like so I could read it. So I think I might take this, and it's Shadow Dance. There you go. When you move shadows, you discover your rhythm. Fluidity, movement, open. So, okay, so I think what this one is saying, and look at all the lovely orange colors again. Don't worry about looking into your shadows, because when you are in the shadows, when you love your dark like you love your light, you I keep moving this around. Not like you haven't noticed that, but movement. Ha! When you're open to trying to move into those shadows, you're going to discover some very useful things. And shadows aren't always comfortable, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. And this is going right under the lucky ladybug. So I think it's the right time to look into those shadows to get some idea of how useful that exercise might be. So let's see what else comes out. Oh, hello. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Divine. You're very expedient. Oh, body work. Interesting. Explore feelings. And I mean, a lot of the wounds that we have, the shadows that we have, are emotionally based. So that makes sense. Delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions. So things that you don't typically allow yourself to feel, that's where to go. And I don't want to trigger anybody, but just from personal experience, and I just realized there's butterflies. Seriously, there's butterflies all around this feminine's head, going right underneath butterflies. So this is definitely the card we want. Authentic closure, peace. That is the result of looking into our emotions. So if you were to want to become a psychotherapist, for example, or an art therapist, I'm going to open the window. Hang on. You hear that? It just started to rain in just urgently. In Toronto we haven't had the ice storms, but we're having the downpour, and it's supposed to rain all night like this. And rain is water is emotion, so if there's a whole lot of kind of out of control, over the top emotions, you can have things like, the toilet leaks, or there's a flood in the basement, or those things sometimes, go together. So it's definitely, with this going on, synchronicity, it's about emotions. So if you were to want to be a psychotherapist or psychologist, or even if you're doing any kind of holistic or alternative healthcare, you have to set up a space for yourself to do the work before you can help anybody else do the work. And it was the same. It was the same with Reiki with me, because when you do Reiki, level 1 is completely about self-care and how you support yourself. So if I were to start teaching, if I was to find people that wanted to do Reiki level 1, it would be focusing on learning the power symbol and learning a number of ways that you can support yourself every day. Yes, to practice Reiki if you want on other people, but mostly just to practice on yourself, because you have to come into alignment with whatever body work it is. You have to. And I just realized I said, ooh, I love this, it's pretty. But look at the pattern of the angel wings. I'm now just thinking butterfly wings as well. When you do Reiki 1, for example, you learn a whole bunch of ways to support yourself. And when you learn those ways to support yourself and put them into practice, and practice them over a period of time, big sweeping change. Reiki changed my life. It gave me a space to reground myself energetically and spiritually, which led to being able to reground myself physically. So if you are to want to do any kind of body work, there's no difference between working with the body and working with the energy and working with the emotions of the body. Whenever you are doing massage or Reiki or whatever it is, people will have sometimes a flashback, a moment where they release something, and it is intensely emotional, and you have to learn to create a space to hold that for someone else. And unless someone has done that for you, it's hard to know what that feels like. I was with my therapist the other day, and suddenly I started crying about something that I hadn't even realized was an issue. And suddenly I realized, why is this and that wouldn't have happened unless I felt safe enough to go into that emotion with her and have an idea of what the root of that was, which is shadow work. And you can do shadow work so many different ways. But when you are learning to be a healer, you can do it for yourself, and you can let other people help you in a way that that you would practice to help someone else. So don't be afraid to explore those feelings, because on the other side of that is a realization that will very much help you. And then underneath, talk to your angels is positive change. Transform pain. Explore the emotions. Transform pain. Kind of reminds me of Mary Poppins a little bit, floating down with her umbrella. Transform pain into strength and empower yourself. So that is how you take those negative emotions and make them work for you, because you are figuring out what your triggers are, how you have become emotionally the creature that you are, the way that you tick, and the words are ascend, talk to your angels, ascend, like when you meditate or you pray or however it is that you connect, you ascend your thoughts, and then in this change, in really dealing with your emotions and your health and your what have you in a different way, you're finding a new perspective on you healing yourself, and it does cause an evolution. It's free. It's freedom. So yeah, and then and I didn't even look at this. Okay, this is giving me Beauty and the Beast. My favorite reader channels a lot of Disney, and I'm just thinking, tale as old as time, true as it can be. Shadow blossom. You need both sunlight and darkness to bloom fully. Resilience and nourishing. So back to the I love my dark like I love my light. I love my beast just as much as I love my belle. You have to go into the shadows to discover the beauty. I didn't even mean to do that that double entendre there. You need to literally, as it were, go into the shadows of that terrifying castle, where you will find that beauty. It will be there. It just, Belle was brave. Belle was brave for her father, and she was brave for herself. And she worked through the fear. Barely even friends, then somebody bends unexpectedly. Just a little change, small to say the least. Finding you can change, learning you were wrong, learning you were right, learning. This is a gorgeous reading. Okay. I'm getting addicted to this. Good addiction. Okay, so I'm almost an hour now. There go my intentions to do a short reading. A short reading is just like a short Reiki, a short Reiki treatment. It's like, no, like sometimes I could work for, an hour or 2 hours on someone, because something just happens in your body when you let your body speak. Your body does not speak English or any other language that you speak. It speaks energetically. It speaks symbolically. You have to learn how to let your body speak. And one of those ways that you can do that is through doing body work for yourself and learning to do it for other people. All right. I'm going to get some messages for my lovely collective who is, thank you, is thinking about a career change. We've got 3. Anything else? Okay, we'll take that. Let's turn them over here. First one is, have more faith in yourself. Be proud of how you are navigating every curveball that life throws at you. You deal with those times. How you deal with those times shows your inner resilience. Nothing can break that. That in itself is an inspiration for others. Keep shining your light. Keep shining your light. Ooh, even better. Keep shining your light. Enough said, huh? Beautiful. Well, that one definitely goes under there. Next one. Be true to yourself in all ways. Not everyone will get you. And I have had experience with that, let me tell you. I am not everyone's cup of tea. Okay, I was wondering whether this would come up. So just for example, do I have it around? I don't even have it near. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. My wife passed away in 2012, and I was extremely pissed off because she was ill for about 2.5 weeks and died from something that we didn't know. We had no idea what she had. So I was really pissed off. So as a freelance, as a writer, what do? I get offered a blog writing workshop by my writing coach, who says, one of the things she says is create a fictional character and blog with her. So what do? I create a rude, irreverent, sassy, asshole jerk of a superhero alter ego. So I essentially had someone to fight with for a year. And I called it The High-Flying Adventures of Captain Grief. And even now, Captain Grief is not everyone's cup of tea. However, the amount of positive conversations and the gratitude that I've seen from people who really, really need to laugh during their period, their hardest period of loss, or just about their loss itself. Maybe they've never had conversations like that before. The gratitude of those people far outweighs the people who are like, what are you doing? Well, if I'm doing something that you don't understand and doesn't make sense to you, it's not for you. But it is for a lot of other people. And that's not going to stop me. I'm going to be true to myself in all ways, even if not everyone gets me. They can only understand from their level of perception. That's on them. No matter what people say, don't ever doubt your worth. I'm going to cry right now. Or the beauty you hold within. Stand tall in your power. It just feels like it goes with that. Not everybody got the beast. Not everybody gets Captain Grief. She puts the awe in awesome, she says. And I say, you put the brute in brutal. Yeah, we had fun for a year. We're still having fun. I get to perform as Captain Grief coming up in an event in June. I'm very excited. And it is very possible that maybe not a lot of people at Camp Widow are going to vibe with Captain Grief. I don't care. It's not for them. It's for the people that are entertained. All right, enough about that. Your life is about to start moving quickly in some areas. Events that seem to have been on holds suddenly propel forward. Move with the flow. Whew, I'm getting chills. Move with the flow and be mindful of what needs your attention most. Make decisions rationally, but sensibly. Interesting. Yeah. My debut is Camp Widow is coming up. Interesting. Okay. What's this one? Be clear about where you are putting your focus right now. Focus on your desired outcome. You have everything within to create the life of your dreams. Stop doubting yourself for once. Stop doubting yourself for once. This is your time. We've got you. Who's got you? We've got you. Clearly supposed to go under angels and divine guidance, magnifying things and creating positive change. And we have two more. Trust. Trust the wait. You are being prepared for the blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through right now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. There are no mistakes. Look at all the things in your life. As my Reiki master would say, what is the wisdom in that? Because there's always a gift of wisdom in anything, whether it's positive, negative, neutral. Never allow yourself to be taken for granted. It is better to remove yourself from the situation than to be treated less than you deserve. You are precious. You are worthy. Everyone, no matter who they are, no matter what they've done, just them being a person on this earth, everyone has innate worthiness. And also, everyone has the right not to be taken for granted. Everyone has the right to create boundaries that are comfortable for them. And when you create a boundary, you're not just creating it for you, you're creating it for other people. You are being clear so people around you understand what is okay and what is not okay. And that's a very healing thing. It's a very empowering thing. So for anybody out there who aligns, anybody who resonates with divine masculine, divine feminine, the overwhelming message is know your worth. Put up a boundary if you need to. This is my incense stick, and once again I have done a reading the length of my incense. This must be an hour. it must burn for an hour. Yeah, just know your worth. Empower yourself. Step into your power. And trust yourself. I don't know what else there is to say. I think I can comfortably leave it there and just wish everyone good luck. You can do this. Believe in yourself. Ask for help. I will be here. I am committed to really trying to get into oracle card reading, to engage in healing work for people in any way that I can. If this reading resonated with you, drop a comment in the comments section, and I will be, going forward, refining the way that I do this. Yeah, I'm on my journey too as a novice oracle card reader for other people. I've done this for myself for many, many, many years, but I've never done it in such an in-depth way. So take care. Cheers. And don't forget to add a little beauty and wonder and ritual into your life, and stay warm and stay dry. Bye.